Frontier Developments has made many tweaks to Elite Dangerous over the last few months. New ships, a revaluation of the in-game currency, and tweaks to the engineering are all on show. But they all lean into a specific factor: speed. Since the release of the supercruise overdrive in May, Elite Dangerous has become faster. By that I mean the game loops are becoming shorter. You can achieve more in a single play session, and that is bringing back retired commanders to the game, as well as smoothing out the rather steep entry curve for those starting out. That SCO Supercruise Overdrive has cut down the dead time travelling between an entry star to a station, a combat zone, a Thargoid Titan, a training platform. Anything that's tens of thousands of light seconds away from a star is just that little bit closer. I mean, look at the run to Hutton Orbital. That used to be around the 85-minute mark. That's down to around 27 minutes now. And you can push that out a little bit more. I'm 10th on the old timetable right now, 26 minutes 45, but we're into the 24 minutes for those that really want to do a speed run. That's nearly a third of what it was before. The feeling of distance that is a key part to Elite is still there, but it's no longer oppressive. As an aside, there are some people who think that the jump range on the SCO FSD should be shorter than a regular FSD, a sort of trade-off of range and supercruise speeds. Personally, the fact that the SCO is the one drive to rule them all means players are being pushed towards the faster game loops of the SCO while still keeping that long jump range. I think that's a bit of smart design and thinking about how the game is played. Look at material gathering. The traditional ways of gathering, finding a single spot in the universe, collect 3 or 4 high-grade materials, exit the game, relog back in, collect them again, and loop and loop and loop and loop. That's all gone. Now, when you drop into those high-grade emission spots, you can pretty much fill your inventory and materials in one drop. Is the result any different to finding a spot and doing 18 relogs? No. Is it faster? Better for the game? More immersive? Yes. Let's not forget that increasing the material rewards on missions also boosts the acquisition of data and raw materials, as well as the manufactured materials. Speed. And while the old hands at Elite Dangerous may look at the pre-built ships and realise it's not the perfect AX Chieftain, Beluga passenger liner or Diamondback Explorer that can be honed through engineering, these pre-built ships all speak to a goal of getting new players into some of the key parts of the game as quickly as possible. They also speak to needing a bit more real-world testing by seasoned commanders, not just Frontier Devs playtesters, but that's a discussion for another day. Elite has always been a slow game. Elite Dangerous, even in 2014, was regarded as a slow game. There's no quick onboarding, no 5 minutes to combat, James Bond style opening, and given the complexity of the game, the learning curve is still more cliff than incline. Yet when I started Cyberpunk 2054 recently, it took nearly 30 minutes of watching the screen till I could make some genuine gaming decisions and not stay on rails. Modern gaming loops are shorter than they have ever been, which means that as Elite Dangerous's gaming loop stayed steady, the consumer perception of those was the loops that were getting longer. Since May, Frontier Developments is working to right that balance, to bring Elite's slow gameplay up to a speed that works for 2024. And as long as the principles of the Elite world remain intact, the idea of speed, of distance, of scale, if they remain intact, I'm right behind this new passion for speed.